Hey yo, it's HCO, back here with another reaction video. Today we're reacting to Real James's
interview with Aaron EHAZ.
Yeah.
Which is actually really crazy because...
It's cray.
If Real James is watching this right now, I don't think he will.
Yeah, I don't think he will, but like, if
stop
you're
yelling.
watching...
Literally stop yelling.
I'm not yelling.
Okay, so Biku is yelling. But anyway, so the reason why we're making this video is because we actually might have seen a sneak peek into a future season.
Yeah, we already know it's season 6. Yeah, technically, I mean, it's basically season 6.
Because if you watch the other videos on this channel, you'll know that Biku actually saw a preview in December where his Netflix glitched, and he actually saw what might have been a work in progress future episode, which is actually crazy. And he didn't really cover everything in that video.
Yeah, I didn't cover like everything.
But it's a good place to start.
Should I make another video covering it, or should we just cover it in this video?
I think you should cover it in another video as well.
Yeah, so Real James, make sure to react to that video on your channel, please.
Yeah. Please. Yeah, because it's actually really crazy. I mean, I thought
it's actually crazy.
I thought that he was lying and that he was just like telling me a dream of the preview.
Yeah,
but actually,
it's crazy. It's real.
The lore actually kind of checks out. So we're gonna watch this interview, and we're gonna check to see if there's any like hints that might make sure that like what Biku saw in that sneak preview in December was actually real, because that was really crazy if so.
Yeah, so we're gonna get started.
Yeah.
But yeah, more Erebos is coming. I mean, we're not going to call it the mystery of Erebos and not
from the beginning.
Yes, we are.
And not deliver some serious, major Erebos in the nearest future. So.
That's good. Yeah, because we were really crying. Biku was really crying.
I was not crying.
What's going on, everyone?
James here. Okay. He was really crying that there was no Erebos in the Mystery of Erebos.
I was literally crying.
He was literally crying.
Definitely, I was definitely crying.
He was like,
"There's like Erebos in one episode."
He was like, "Oh my God, Erebos has no screen time.
We need Sir Sparklepuff."
Yeah, because his favorite character is Erebos and Sir Sparklepuff, and then like Bait.
Yeah, Bait is the best. Bait, Rayla, Sir Sparklepuff, and Erebos are the best.
Biku is really yelling.
I'm not yelling.
So
Forget about
excited about Real James. Real James, if you watch this, Biku is your biggest fan.
Oh God.
He's your biggest fan.
Okay.
On the planet.
You and me are also the biggest fans.
No, Biku is the biggest fan of Real James ever. Oh my god, wait, if you zoom into the background of this video, you can see
you can see Abba. I already noticed that.
Wait, actually, I think Aaron EHAZ would probably appreciate that.
Okay, let's just watch the video.
Yeah, let's just see if
and today is a historic day for the channel.
Your name is James.
That's right. I'm bringing on Aaron EHAZ, one of two creators of The Dragon Prince and lead writer, and it is going to be an excellent conversation all about Season 5. We get into spoiler territory, we talk about Raylan, we even get into details about Season 6 and the final season of the series. Season 7. So there's a lot of gems in this interview. You're gonna want to play it from start to finish. But before you do that, if you want to see more content just like this, hit the big red button below, subscribe to the channel, tap on that bell, and give this video a like if you want to see more Dragon Prince content, because this week I'm still pumping out content. We got episode rankings, we got season rankings, we got my review coming as well. I'm so excited to talk all about Season 5. You know, of course, we just finished on my reaction.
There will probably be audio
in the description. Now, before I let you get into the interview, I want to say a huge thank you to the real friends and family for giving me the opportunity and helping me just stay motivated throughout this journey talking about the Dragon Prince, and for all that you do for the channel. Get on down below in the comments and let me know which part of the interview was your favorite. I have a funny feeling some of you will freak out during a certain section of the interview.
Sick of all the ads like this one? Just head to adskiller.com, click on activate now.
Oh my God.
Alrighty, y'all. Well, I have a very special guest on the channel with me today. Someone who doesn't need any introduction, but we're going to give it to him anyway because he deserves it. Someone who's been vital in playing a huge role in how I do TV for the rest of my life. You know, the way he writes is just exceptional, and it's just raised the standard for how I do both film and television. So I don't want to keep talking. Sir, would you mind introducing yourself?
That was a very kind introduction. I'm Aaron EHAZ, and it's great to be here with you today.
James, tell me Aaron
I'm
EHAZ,
excited to
please.
chat.
Yeah, I'm
think
super
you're the
excited,
same
Aaron,
company.
and thanks again so much for taking the time. And honestly,
Why
for
don't you
those
just, like,
who
skip
maybe
the
are new
interesting
to the
part?
Dragon Prince fandom, this is the gentleman
Just watch it.
responsible for some of the best writing in
Rayla.
the series. Honestly, he's
That's like a
the visionary
Rayla.
behind the
Like
entire
Chloe.
show.
Like
So,
Chloe.
for
And
5
just, like-
seasons, we've gone strong, Aaron, and I'm so excited to dive into this spoiler-friendly conversation. So, I guess this is where we should put the spoiler tag in case people are catching up. If you haven't watched,
Why is
you
he,
should
like-
probably save
Okay,
this
I'm not gonna
video
say anything.
and then come back to it afterwards.
Back
because
later.
Right.
Watch if you haven't seen the season yet.
Right.
I assume you'll have a better spoiler warning than me going.
God.
Oh no.
I promise I'll get a cool graphic, but I'll use your voice track because it's acceptable. But yeah, Aaron, so we're at
he
when I
just got
publish this,
used.
actually, it's
That
going to
is
be
so
technically
cute.
So
a
fake.
full week on Netflix. So, I mean, how are you feeling now that the show's out? Almost everyone's seen it. Where are you mentally? Like, you must be feeling pretty great.
Yeah, I think the whole team is really gratified that I think a lot of love and effort went into building
Yeah,
season
love and
5
effort went
to
into
be
not
what it
putting
is, and so
effort.
seeing that
Fine, don't be
the,
me.
the
Oh,
community
sorry.
and fans
Sorry.
have like,
Yes.
embraced the season and loved it and have gotten the spirit of adventure, and I think seeing that there's fun and there are some darker things happening as well.
Yeah, like
That's
all
true.
the
Yeah, the
characters
response
dying.
has been
Like, every
amazing,
time a
and I'm
horse is
feeling
in scene, it just
grateful
dies.
for the
Yeah.
community, but
By a
also
bear.
really grateful
So
for
true.
Panther.
So
our Dragon
true.
Prince team and crew who built
Dragon
something we
Prince
can all be proud of.
Please
Yeah,
continue,
and I mean,
Wes.
speaking
Yeah.
to your crew, I mean, there's got to be so much that you learn from season 4 as well, because I know season 4, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, a lot of that was done during the pandemic, so I can imagine
Oh,
it
yeah.
was
Yeah,
a
it's
little
true.
difficult to
Don't be
refine and then
mean,
put out there. I
Sammy.
mean, I'm sure
How's
you
it
guys
mean?
love working
I don't
without
know,
the
'cause I feel
constraints
like
of,
you got-
you know,
Aaron
the
EHAZ got so
pandemic.
much
But
of
what
a
did you feel like
criticism,
you
like,
learned
in
from
his
season
face.
4 that you applied to season 5?
Yeah,
feel
one
like
of the
they got
challenges
a
of
criticism
the
from
pandemic,
season
I mean,
4.
was just adjusting
So true.
to work from home and working remotely and working in a distributed fashion. So there are definitely advantages, and I think
Layla.
creative people and
Layla.
animators and
Layla.
artists and writers can work really well from home. You have your computer, you can go exercise
Work
or
on it
pet
from
your
home.
cat
It's
or
kinda-
do whatever
it's
you
kinda
want.
fun.
One of the challenges, though, is coordinating creative vision. So sometimes when you have, you know, a kind of sprawling creative organism like the Dragon Prince crew,
That's
that, you know,
true,
at
yes.
certain points in production, it's 200 people, you know, a lot of voices that you're hoping to kind of bring into this creative orchestra. I called it a creative organism. Now I'm calling it a creative orchestra. But the idea is the same, which is like
What are you
you're hoping to have
laughing?
all these,
Oh, it's
everyone's
Terry.
kind of energy and
God,
ideas
Terry,
and
Terry,
things
Terry.
kind of building and playing the same symphony. I don't know. Anyway, when you have a
Very
space
tiny symphony.
and someone can walk around or look behind them and see what someone's working on, and oh wait, are you doing that design from episode 4? Because I'm doing the boards for episode 2 right now, and I think that design, you know, or whatever. And so people kind of get these accidental
Yeah.
moments
Yeah.
of being able to
Makes sense.
align themselves creatively and coordinate. Well, when you're distributed, those moments don't occur quite as much. The co-space doesn't happen, and so you have to make sure that you're erring on the side of a lot of communication, that you're having team meetings to talk through a script
I
or
can't
Team
boards
meeting.
or designs.
I'm laughing at
Leadership
Aaron. It's not Aaron,
has an
no.
extra responsibility to
I'm
be
just laughing at something
looking at
else
what
that I
everyone's
can't see
doing,
'cause
making
there's
sure
no
everyone
camera.
has
It's
the
okay.
context and know how the
You
pieces
can't
fit
see what I'm
together,
doing right
and
now.
it's healthy for each person to
You
know
don't know
that
why
too.
I'm
So
laughing.
I think that's the biggest adjustment that
Virus,
maybe
virus.
season 4 we didn't
Coronavirus.
do as well, but by
Coronavirus.
season
We nicknamed
5, I think
Lord
we were
Viren
communicating
Virus
much better
because
as
he
a
just
team.
is.
So I know I
No,
probably
because they were just
over-answered
talking
that
about the
question, but
pandemic,
that's what
and then they
comes
showed a
from it.
picture of
I
No,
know.
that's a perfect
So
response
all
because
connected.
it actually leads me into my next
Aaron
thought
EHAZ
because
just
you and I briefly
confirmed that Lord
spoke
Virus caused
before
the
this
I know.
call, and I do think that season 5 is definitely darker than season 4, and I have to
Getting to the
imagine that was
important stuff.
always the plan. So when it comes to
it's
season
dark
5,
magic.
and of course we can get into some major plot points too if you'd like, but there was a lot more in terms of I don't want to say violence, but you know, like Callum getting tortured on Finnegan's ship. There was a, I guess,
deserved
ice
it.
Yes,
blood
he
bending.
deserved it.
He
Can
deserved
we
to get
classify?
Rayla did not get
That's
deserved.
not a bad
But that was really
comparison.
cool though. I
can
like
see that.
ice
Pause
fighting.
it. But why is he talking only about Callum getting tortured when literally like 5
Rayla got
horses died?
tortured.
Rayla's blood got frozen.
Bait almost drowned.
Well, Bait almost died like 1 billion
Sora
times.
got punched 3 times.
Yeah, it's not just Callum. Callum was super dumb. Like, he kind of deserves.
I used to like Callum's character. Now they kind of ruined it.
Yeah, Callum used to be like a good character, but now he's kind of like not. Like, I think he used to take care of Ezra more.
Yeah, Callum
he's not a good
just like
brother at all.
Yeah, Callum just became bad. He used to be good though. In season until season 3, he used to be good.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then of course Claudia getting her leg cut off. So all of these things really made for a more mature layered season, especially for a 30-something-year-old like me. So do you feel like this is where you want the show to go from season 6 onward?
That's terrifying.
He's like obsessed with Claudia's getting cut off. Like,
James, why are you so obsessed?
Okay, first of all, like, Soren got his leg cut off in like an earlier season, and Claudia just fixed it. So I don't think it's a big deal that her leg got cut off.
Yeah, it's not a big deal.
It's not a big deal at all.
But oh well.
And also, like, she was an octopus. She could have like technically regrown her leg as an octopus. Or I guess the magic ended. Just do another spell, become an octopus.
Claudia, she can easily just use dark magic to get it healed. Like, who cares about her legs?
It doesn't matter.
Legs
but I guess because they didn't want to show blood in a kid's show, but I mean, they kind of did already.
Yeah, they showed Blood Moon Huntress.
So they showed blood starting when Lord Viren like put his blood in the cup.
Yeah, to make Sir Sparklepuff Butterfly Man pal.
Yeah, so like technically there's blood from the beginning.
Yeah.
Oh, and there was a scene in the beginning where Rayla put like juice on her swords to make it look like it's blood.
Yeah.
Remember? In season 1. So
Yeah,
I think
I
there
remember.
was blood from season 1.
Since season 1, there's blood.
I mean, like, she's already an assassin. Like, it's her
Alright,
job.
that's fine.
Arrow. Like,
that
I don't
means
know.
that some things get darker, right? I think
Pretty sure
the
it's, like,
nature
the same amount
of
dark, honestly.
what an arc feels like.
No, actually,
Season
like,
4
actually,
had to spend time reintroducing the characters, trying to recontextualize them,
I don't know.
resetting the
I feel
threat.
like
There was a lot of work
The
we had
darkness
to
is
do in
mostly just
season
vinegar
4
and
that I
torturing
think
them.
Yeah, that's the darkness.
now we can kind of
It's
start to
whole
enjoy
episode
reap
just
the
dedicated
benefits
to
of having
vinegar
set those
torturing
things up in
people.
season
Literally,
5.
like,
and
Yeah,
onward.
that's the darkness.
Okay, they should have given more screen time to Dominia Profundus.
Oh yeah, Dominia Profundus had like
No screen
2
time.
seconds.
Like,
2
it's literally
seconds.
called Ocean, and then like all of the ocean
Rex,
is just from...
Rex Igneous had more.
Yeah, Rex Igneous.
And Domina Profundus had like 0.
She was like, "Hi, clam. I'm a clam. I'm a clam." Actually, that
I
might have
talked to
been
Ezra.
the Dominia Profundus, Erebos Prison, because Erebos Prison and Dominia Profundus calling thing are both clams.
I don't
Oh, I
know.
have like a mosquito bite. What do I still have? Okay, so I have a large mosquito bite.
Alright,
We're
we're just gonna
But
keep
yeah, I
going.
think,
Ignore that.
to answer a couple of your specific darker things,
mosquito
Callum
Oh, is it
getting
answer
beat up and
questions?
tortured. Yes, part of the plan and part of the story. Also need to attribute credit to Devin Gill, our head writer, who was just pushing the episode to the limits of like, and not just for the sake of, doing it, but for how
Whoever that is, thank you.
deeply
Please
the
take
audience
it out.
can go along with
true.
Callum and see what he's going through and how he's suffering and how honestly being at the depth of that suffering forces him to make choices
yeah, dark
to
magic. So it forces
Yeah,
Rayla
it forces him to
ultimately
do dark
forces
magic.
him to make choices that may have consequences to him in the long term. He uses dark magic again.
Yeah, because you know how like people pointed out that he only
Yeah.
learns arcanums after he uses dark magic.
Yeah.
Like he learned the sky arcanum after using dark magic. Now he learned the ocean arcanum after using dark magic. So otherwise he would have not have freed Rayla probably.
Okay.
Yeah. Except he can't learn
he
the
has to
star. He
figure it
can't
out.
learn the star arcanum
Yeah, it's
though because
impossible.
Erebos swallowed it.
Yeah, air was swallowed. Real James, if you looked at our comment and clicked read more, you'll get what we're talking about.
I don't know if Real James, if you are watching this, please leave us like a 5-paragraph comment.
Yeah, please.
Like reacting to us.
So anyway,
We
a lot
can-
of
we make a
credit to
reaction video
Devin
to this.
for
Yeah.
pushing the
Please.
limits of how that episode
This
looked
video is
and
very
felt.
important.
Also, the ice bloodbending,
Oh god.
Oh
which is
god, that's
the
terrifying.
Boris.
That's scary.
Absolutely credit to the animation team and the effects team for
That is scary.
what
That's a good
Rayla
animation
experiences when she's going through that. They really delivered. They executed that beautifully. It's hard to watch. It's so. And you can imagine from Callum's perspective how hard that is to watch and how that drives him to punching Finnegan, which is very
So true.
satisfying and all those things. But
So
finally, yeah,
punch
the
Finnegan.
Claudia losing a limb was definitely part of
It's not a big
seeing
deal.
the stakes raised.
Yeah,
seeing,
so you
I mean,
can
there's
get it
almost a little
back.
like Darth Vader or Jamie Lannister in it, right? These characters, like, as they go and they test themselves and they do what it takes to accomplish what they're accomplishing.
I mean, like, to be honest, the stakes are already high because Viren is basically dead.
Yeah, Viren is basically. I think he's gonna die.
And he has to kill Sir Sparklepuff. So like that's.
And he didn't. He didn't because he didn't want to follow Dark Path. But then it's already too late because Claudia is already following a Dark Path. Yeah, she'll never give up. And then Terry, poor Terry, just like caught in the middle.
Yeah, I feel like the stakes should have been like related to Terry. Well, at least Terry didn't die, but like.
I don't know.
But like,
what's happening with Terry? Like, why is Terry on the bad team?
The only Terry thing that Terry does is like take care of Claudia.
Yeah,
like, that's not fair. Like, that's just not fair.
We need more Terry to like actually do something.
Yeah, he needs to. Claudia needs to help Terry, and like Terry should just not be taking care of Claudia.
Yeah, because Claudia is like really mean to Terry.
Yeah, and like Terry's kind of like good, so.
Yeah, so I feel like he'll join the good team. I feel like
Terry, I don't know. I wonder what. I think we should have more backstory of Terry. Because, like, where's his family, first of all? Number one,
he doesn't have a family.
I don't think he has where's his parents? Number three, where's his parents? Like, it's like their baby is, like, going
they risk their life and limb, and here she loses a limb. So, we'll see a little more of what that means later in terms of what it means to her, what it means to Terry, etc. So, but yes, we can expect more of that season 6 and 7. The story is yes. So hopefully it's. I mean, I almost have guilt about. My hope is that the primary audience is aging into an appropriate.
See, look, this is the prisons at the bottom of the sea.
Yeah, the prisons at the bottom of the sea.
It's pretty. It's pretty obvious that like the
it would be at the
prison.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious. Okay, let's continue. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
Zone where. This is okay. I sometimes wonder about like what about that.
When should we talk about the season 6 spoiler part? I feel like we should just get it done in this video.
No, I don't know. Okay, maybe we can talk about it a little bit, but
we'll talk about it at the
because no one's gonna watch an hour-long video.
Okay, we'll talk about it. I feel like we should talk about it now though because
let's talk about it now, and then we'll make another video as well.
Okay. So
yeah, I mean, okay, well we can give it like a small preview, like. What basically Biku saw is that
I saw
the background of what happens to Erebos is that he's just like Lotor from Voltron.
Like if you watch, don't pull a charger. It's gonna like break up.
I'm not.
Okay,
I'm just moving the wire. But anyway, basically his planet got eaten by an 8-headed void dragon, and that's like the backstory of why the Star Touch elves left their planet and came to Earth.
Yeah, and then the Star Touch elves created humans and all that. I'll discuss that in another video, so Real James react to that.
Yeah, please react to that. Actually, it's actually really important. I wish that we made this video before and showed Real James, so he could have asked Aaron EHAZ about it.
Yeah,
he could have asked Aaron EHAZ.
Real James, if you after watching this video, please talk to this about Aaron EHAZ.
Yeah, please ask him about, like, what happened in December. Like, were they testing something? Like, because I want to know if this is actually real.
Yeah, because this could be, like, season 6 or 7.
Like, maybe you could do, like, a private conversation so you don't have to, like, spoil everybody. But, like, ask him
at
if,
least
like,
discuss with him if he has time.
If there's an 8-headed, I mean, I don't know.
8-headed void dragon that destroyed Erebos' planet, yeah. Anyway, let's keep
continuing. Futuristic Catal.
Oh yeah, futuristic Catal. I don't even think that's ever gonna happen, to be honest.
I think maybe that was just like an experiment.
Yeah, that was probably an experiment. Maybe for a future show. Mm-hmm. But who knows? Maybe Aaron EHAZ is...
Maybe for the video game. That might be it.
That might be for the video game.
Might be it?
Maybe. Yeah, okay, let's continue. Let's continue.
6 or 7-year-old who starts it next year and is like, is someone going to say, stop, you need to take a 3-year break before you watch, or however many years before you watch season 6. I kind of hope so, but yeah, I don't know. My
6 or 7-year-old
season 5 is too much for my own smaller kids, so.
I don't think it's meant for.
I think Biku started watching when
I started watching when I was 8 or 7 or 8, but then but that was like when it was not too violent.
It was only like 20.
It was like when that was when it was like a normal show.
Yeah,
it was not too
violent.
It
was kind of violent because she has swords. But like it was mostly me who
watched
it.
It was kind
of
like
not watch it. You did not.
Yeah,
really
and then I got interested like when season 3 came out.
You're only interested now. Yeah, so I think it's more for I think it's a show for like middle schoolers and like high schoolers.
Yeah.
Not really a show for like 2-year-olds.
2-year-olds.
2-year-olds are gonna be watching like PBS Kids.
Hey, no. Okay, let's continue.
Yeah, but I think the best shows they grow with their audience. I mean, Avatar: The Last Airbender did that. You know. So I think there's nothing wrong with it. Yeah. And then one thing I wanted to ask you about, because it's been on my mind since I finished season 5. So Callum, of course, having to do what he probably didn't want to do, which is use dark magic on Finnegren's ship to get out of those shackles. Is it confirmed, like at the end of that episode where the snakes, like you see the snakes again, like Callum, he used dark magic, right? There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Yeah, he did.
Okay, because I know some people were saying that's not it. It's just like it's subversion.
He did what he had to do, and he saved her. You know, like I don't know what would have happened if he hadn't made that decision when he did.
Yeah, because Finnegren seems to be like a loose cannon, so he probably would have done the worst, unfortunately. So,
I mean, true.
There is one thing I wanted to bring up in terms of like just the darker story for season 5. I just have to give you and the entire crew kudos on how you handled Viren this season, because I never thought it would be possible, but I feel bad for
really
them.
Good. I liked Virus
like how?
Season.
I don't know. Like I remember
actually
when you were watching the dream sequence, you really hated it. Like you were really weirded out.
Yeah. I mean, it was kind of weird.
It was
at first,
interesting,
but then
it reminded me of Act 3 of Hello Neighbor.
Oh God, no! Don't talk about Hello Neighbor on
with
this.
the shadow man.
Oh no!
They were like,
the
dark and the light, and it's like really abstract, and you don't really know. It's like the neighbor's backstory.
God, no! Don't talk about it. We're not.
Lord Virus is
real James. Just like forget about what she just said, okay?
Shut up.
I don't feel bad for him in seasons 1 through 4, but in season 5, I guess because I see how.
Okay, look. He's like, I tell you what the biggest thing about this is that Lord Virus, he was like, he was hugging baby Soren. He was like, I will never hurt you. I'll never let you go. And then, you know later, what he did? Like, didn't he do in an earlier season? He was like, oh yeah, I'm going to transform Soren into a Fire King Kong. Which basically is killing Soren.
Like, yeah, he just wants to kill Soren. And Real James, you didn't know we were talking about Fire King Kong. It's like the fire people.
Kasif turned into one. Because, like, Kasif basically dead because he turned into that creepy monster. And Viren was willing to turn Soren into that. And I feel like they should have brought that up in this part.
So that was when Soren was a baby.
Yeah, I guess he liked baby Soren more than big Soren. But I feel like if he's going to sacrifice a child, I feel like he already sacrificed Soren. He's already willing to sacrifice Soren.
Yeah, he would be willing to.
So he should at least have a memory of how he almost sacrificed Soren in the past.
Yeah.
You so closely paralleled his reality with his dream sequence and her nightmare sequences, and it's amazing to see how he grew while he was in that comatose state, and the minute he snaps out of it is when his daughter's in danger, and that's who Viren really is, I think, at his core, is he's a concerned parent. So do you feel that will...
I mean, okay, it's kind of his fault, though.
Yeah.
He should have just, like, killed himself. He should have just let himself die, because... At first he was like, let me just like take a tour of Zadia and then die peacefully, which I think was a great idea.
Yeah, that was like the best idea. But then Claudia had to come in and stop him
and like slap him. But I mean, is Claudia the parent or is he the parent? Like, let's be real.
Virus
like,
is the
why
parent.
does he just let
Lord
her
Baron
slap
is
him?
The parent.
So I think he's like kind of a bad
parent. He's a bad parent. I wouldn't say he's a concerned parent.
I would say he's kind of like a failed parent.
Failed parent.
Was this what you wanted the audience to take away?
Yeah, I don't know that we're necessarily trying to like make the audience like him or anything like that, but certainly to see parts of him and see him on a journey that we're taking him on, and again, part of that has been having died and been kind of resurrected 2 years later. It's all about those second chances, right? How does he make use of that, or does he make use of that, or does he slip back into being the person he was and following the path he was on? And yeah, a lot of this season was, when you do dark magic, which he did at the end of season 4, and having been resurrected, it re-exposed kind of the raw emotional trauma kind of inside him, and kind of what are the key issues that drove him to dark magic in the first place, that drive him now, that motivate him, very, very deeply, and what do they mean? And so, I don't know, I think the season gives him a chance to look at those kind of raw materials inside him and grapple with them a bit, and then when he comes out of it, obviously in the end, he has a second chance, but the cost might be his life. So what does he choose? And when I say might, it's all a question of like, is what Erebos is telling him true? I mean, I think Viren believes it is true.
That's like
and that it's worth.
Yeah, I think so too, and it's almost funny. I genuinely did not think I'd live to see the day where Viren gets a redemption arc, but that's how it felt for me at the end of season 5. He's almost redeemed himself, almost to the point where he really does.
I agree almost. I agree almost, because I don't know if you can come back and redeem yourself having done the things that Viren has done. You know, can you find yourself? Can you at least turn yourself back toward the light? I don't know if that counts as redemption just because you're facing the right direction anymore, or if you've gone too far down the path. But he certainly is trying to turn himself around, if not redeem himself.
Oh God, what is that? What is that? Unicorn, because that's like a plot twist. Because the unicorn is a star.
It's a star thing.
They gave humans primal stones.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Oh God.
Oh no, is there like the Wi-Fi?
Oh, skip.
Well,
Yeah,
That was
and
like
I actually am glad that he stood up for himself too against Erebos. I know we saw Erebos only for one episode, but it was probably his most sinister appearance in the series. I mean, just
Sinister. What's like the most? He was just like, oh, Sir Sparkle Puff is
a strapping homunculus.
strapping homunculus.
Quite the strapping homunculus. Where do you get strapping from, though?
It's like when Jane said that Soren was a strapping idiot.
He doesn't have. I mean, he does have a sinister appearance, but but wait. He's actually innocent because what we just discussed, right?
Yeah.
About what I saw in December.
Yeah.
He's actually innocent. Like he has a reason.
I don't know if he's like innocent.
I mean, he killed Luna Tenebris.
Yeah, he killed Luna Tenebris.
He killed Queen and Didi.
He killed Kessa. It was just so unnecessary. Like, why did he do that? Let's just like. Okay. Anyway.
Don't kill Erebos for that.
Killing him. He needs to be
It's not
punished.
his fault.
He needs to be punished.
He needs to be punished.
He needs to be punished for killing Kessa. Like, I'm just gonna like punish him right now. Like,
You're punishing my computer.
Shut up.
You're doing.
Anyway.
Okay, let's just continue.
Erebos is like so basically like I already forgot what I was gonna say. Oh yeah, he doesn't have a sinister appearance except for the part where he says, "Tomorrow the sun will rise and you will not." Like honestly, I feel like he's kind of being joking. Like he doesn't care. Oh,
he doesn't care
we should tell him about the other theory we saw. Because Erebos actually does not need Virus or Claudia to get rid of.
Yeah, he has. Okay, Real
plans.
Jim. There's another channel called Sorvis, and if you check out the channel, why were you laughing at this? If you check out the Sorvis's channel, you will see a theory video that Pharaohs is actually like Pharaohs, right? The person that Kareem meets.
Yeah, Kareem's friend.
Yeah, in season 5.
Yeah.
Pharaohs is actually one of Erebos' puppets because in season 3 he gets bitten by Butterfly Man Pal, aka Sir Sparkle Puff, and so he's basically Erebos' puppet, and now Erebos has two more, and Erebos is using Kareem as another another like way to get out of prison. So he doesn't need Virus. He doesn't need Virus. He doesn't care about Virus.
He's kind of just being nice to Virus, honestly, at this point.
Yeah.
I feel like he's just being kind to Virus. He's like, hey, Virus, like, you are, like,
you matter.
No, you don't matter.
It doesn't matter.
He's like, Virus, you don't matter, but I'll, like, I'll be kind because I'm kind to humans, and I'll let you, like, live.
Yeah, because you are a human, and Kareem is not a human, so we're just gonna continue.
No.
We're gonna continue.
There's another really important thing. Because, like, so he has Kareem and Pharaohs, that's a backup plan, and he has a backup plan of Callum, and the thing is that, like, the reason why he does the Sunfire Elf plot is because the sun is also a star.
Yeah, that's why. That's exactly why he wants Sunfire Elves to be his puppet.
Because the sun is also a star.
The sun is technically a star.
But
my god.
There's actually a really interesting part where he corrupts the Sun Forge, which is the place that keeps Star Devourer dragons from eating the sun. So maybe he might actually want the dragon to come and eat the sun. Like, I don't know.
So true.
Maybe he has an escape
plan.
Because, like, I'm not sure what
he's enemies with Star Devourer dragons because the Void Dragon ate his planet.
He's also enemies with, like, the Star Touch Elves. So maybe...
Yeah, because they disrespected humans.
And they disrespected him.
Yeah.
And they didn't save him from his prison.
Okay, let's continue. We have to get through this.
I wish Real James could have asked him.
Oh, we're at that part.
No regard for life, or Viren's life, or for Claudia's life, and the fact that he revealed that they have a child together, which... Is it okay that I didn't take it literally? Like, I just figured...
You should take it literally, though, because technically the spell is Infantis Sanguinae.
Which means blood of child.
Yeah, it's literally like with the blood of a child. So, like, it technically is their child, because otherwise the spell would not work. And remember when we actually had a theory when we saw the episode title reveal, was that, like, the Blood Moon Huntress ate babies or something?
Yeah, the Blood Moon Huntress ate babies. It was in the graphic novel, but it had nothing to do with it.
Yeah, but it was actually not that related to Blood Moon Huntress at all. So I think it is. I think you should take it literally. I think James,
take it literally.
Like, to be honest, like, I'm sorry, Real James, if you're watching this, but I think you're a little bit of a hater for Virabos.
Yeah,
I think he's a little bit of a hater.
Virabos?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Virabos.
He's kind of a hater.
Yeah, like Virus, Lord Viren, and Erebos.
I think he's a little bit of a hater.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a supporter of you know.
Should you say it?
No.
Say it, it's fine, it's fine.
No, it's not fine. But, like,
the R word.
The R word. He's a
the R word combining Rayla
because they both share their...
Yeah. And, like, I think he's a little bit of a hater.
I don't know. I kind of dislike the R word.
Yeah, I really do. But that doesn't, like, we're not, like, haters. Like, we don't, like,
we're not haters.
At least we wouldn't, like, say, like, oh, it's not real. Like, okay, it is real. Like, you can't just say that it's not real because you're a hater, you know?
Yeah. Okay, let's continue. Let's get to the important part. We're getting to the important part.
It literally is. Like, it's a homunculus. It's not a real kid, but, like, it's a homunculus. Like, just
homunculus.
Blood to make that caterpillar earlier in the series. Or should I take it literally that they made a child?
Yes, you should.
Like,
I don't know.
Aaron, he's like, are you a hater? Oh god.
He's like, wait, I thought the fans would be happy.
Yeah, okay. Let's continue.
This face is the funniest thing
ever.
I've seen some complicated discussions around.
Oh god. He's like horrified.
He's like, so I'm not exactly. It's cosmic and magical, and so we're going to leave it at that a little bit. But yes,
cosmic and magical.
It came from a cosmic magical, exchange between them. I don't want to go any further.
Yeah. He doesn't want to go. I mean,
why would he ask that question, man? That's so weird.
Come on. I mean, real James.
Real James. I feel like you're just like disappointed, Aaron.
Yeah.
Yes. The homunculus came from both of them ultimately. But yeah, Erebos, Eric Todd Dellum's wonderful always. In season,
is that the voice actor? The voice actor.
Season 6 and 7, you really have some extraordinary performances to look forward to.
Oh, I guess they're done with the voice acting.
What?
They're done with like recording the scenes.
In season 6 and 7?
I mean, that's what he implied, right? Because if Eric has so many good performances. I mean, he's a good voice actor.
And then in the case of Viren...
Tell me they're already done, but they're just in an editing stage.
It's just about, like, maybe if Viren...
Yeah, Jason really delivered.
It's just the voice actor.
It's really testament to his ability as an actor and a performer that you're feeling for this guy who's done so many awful things. It's like... It comes from the fact that Jason brings a character who believes in himself and believes in his own kind of vulnerability and needs, even though he's done dastardly things.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. And absolutely right.
Dastardly, which is not a word I usually use.
Masterfully.
I think that actually speaks to something that was on my mind too as I was watching, along with all of the friends over on the channel. The amount of excellent voice acting this season, it rivals season 3 for me. There's so much emotion that you can just connect with. I mean, as much as I am not a fan of Claudia, I mean, she's a great character, don't get me wrong, but she frustrates me. So Raquel Belmonte gave, in my opinion, the best performance this season. Just how she was able to balance being both evil and angry and sympathetic and very like soft and tender with Terry. Can you speak to her performance in particular this season?
Raquel is wonderful. You have no idea what you're in for from Raquel, but she's brilliantly funny. She's like funny also, by the way, way beyond the limits of what we're allowed to do with our show and with Claudia. Like, Raquel is a hilarious human being, but also we've had to call on her to do some really emotional scenes. I guess, like you said, very charming and soft scenes with Terry, and also some really big, painful scenes. And she
to
always
get to that part.
over delivers on all those fronts, and like you have no idea what you're
okay,
for from
but like
Claudia and Raquel.
Real
So,
James,
but yes,
please
also
react to those
broadly
parts.
speaking,
like,
all the parts.
the
just
cast
like stay
has brought
tuned
it.
on my
The
channel
cast that we have
because
worked
we are
with
going to be posting
since
those
season
parts.
one.
Wait, we should stop. I think
Like they have grown with their characters. They have, you know,
yes,
we always
no, let's
feel
go
like
there. Wait, one more
when we're
one more
voice
section.
directing or whatever,
No,
we're there as supports to like have a conversation and help our performers
We're
find
not talking
insight
about
This is like a
into the
skit.
characters, and then
that.
they're the ones who really bring them to life and bring these
Voice actors
exceptional,
are really good.
you know,
honestly.
incredible
Yeah, I like the
performances.
voice
So
actors.
we feel really
But
lucky,
it was
and
the
then
voice actor.
adding Ben Collins
Pickle,
in
like,
I'm
the
the
biggest
fan
season
of
4,
Arrow.
who
biggest fan
had the
of
daunting
Arrow.
task of really
He's, like,
joining this
almost
incredible
as big of a
cast.
fan
And
as he is
he's
of Real
done
James.
an amazing
Oh my
job
God,
of
dude, he's the
being a
fan.
presence and bringing Terry as
Yes, you are.
a
I'm the owner of
presence who
this
people
channel.
are
See, I
already
get to
like
say whatever I
in
want.
love with
Don't
and
be-
connected
don't be
with, and so yeah, Ben is tremendous.
Yeah, I see myself and Terry quite often. I'm not gonna lie throughout this season because
I think
I would
Terry
do
is-
so many of
Terry's
things of
good.
what he did to help. You know, my
Just, like,
own girlfriend. If
appreciate
she's in
that
a
right
rut,
there.
I want to help her.
Appreciate
You know,
that.
I want to make. You know, I'm not gonna put leaves on her head or anything like that. But
I don't know, try it.
you're right, it could work.
It's so great. Yeah, no, everyone, like, if you can find a Terry in your life, you're so lucky. Like, he's
Terry.
Find Peter
Look
Parker.
at that Terry.
What's
Look at
the
this
thing
Terry
on
right there,
Yeah,
guys.
this is terrifying.
What ad is this?
He
Why are
is,
we
he is,
getting
and
ads?
another wonderful
Yes, I'm
moment in
honest.
season 5. Actually, several moments that were
We
wonderful.
should, like,
Something
double
that I
back
and so
our
many
channels.
of
We
the
show-
fans
we're
were asking
showing
for,
our
which
ads.
was
Yeah.
just having more
Is that-
Raylum this
God,
season.
no.
And Aaron, you delivered, sir,
God.
because I
Oh,
can tell you, I was
no. Okay,
putting
let's
together
watch a little
like a
bit.
I want to know
compilation
what
video, and there were
Aaron
like
EHAZ thinks about
5,
it, though.
6, 7 genuine Raylan moments. I mean, was that something
know.
intentional? Like, did you always kind of you knew you were going to do that in season 5?
I thought
do
people
that
were
in
going to
season
hate us. I'm glad people feel that way because we very distinctly decided let's focus on rebuilding their actual relationship as
We hate it. We hate it.
as friends and as trusting people who
Yeah, they can
care about
Yeah,
each
they
other
can be friends and
and
trusting people.
not build the romantic
That's
part.
okay.
Like, so I thought people were going to be like, they don't kiss, what? And like, it turns out people actually
Oh,
respond to the genuine connection and the reconnection that
Are you
happened
whispering?
between
He's
Callum
saying
and
that
Rayla
he
this
did.
season, and that makes me really happy.
Yeah,
I mean,
they should be
I think
friends.
we all got
That
kind of
they
like a
were
little bit of
not
closure too with that scene
friends.
with Amaya and Rayla and the Great
Wait, wait,
Bookery
wait, wait,
when they were
wait,
just
wait.
having that conversation, and it sounded like Amaya was going to tear her head off, and then she ends up saying, "I see a lot of me and you," you know, and I think that's such a
like-
mature moment, and I was wondering if you can kind of like talk through that because that ended up being one of my
Yeah,
favorite
like
scenes
Amaya
of the
too.
entire series because it just was so much more mature than I ever expected it to be.
Yeah, I mean, it's
I
something that we
really
knew
like
we were going to
that.
have
It
to
seems
grapple
Yeah,
with
like
from
Amaya
more than
protecting
one
Callum.
side,
Yeah.
which is to say,
I mean, it
the
makes
last
sense,
time, you know,
but-
Amaya
Amaya
encountered
is-
Rayla,
Callum is
she was
like-
trying to kill her because she's an elf, because she thought of her as a murderous monster, right? And well, Amaya's done some growth in the last couple of years. She fell in love with an, as you heard, as you know. So, but Amaya's also the super protective aunt who saw what happened and saw how hurt her nephew was. So it's like, it's just great material. And also, they're both such strong characters. So seeing
so
them
You like Amaya.
kind of go at it a little
And
bit,
Augustin
but
and I.
also each show some
Okay.
vulnerability was just
I think you're talking about
really
Maya
delightful.
Rayla, though.
And it was a
Oh.
great
Well,
opportunity.
Rayla's
And
good.
sometimes you find those scenes that are
Rayla's
just,
the best.
I mean, there almost, I think there was stuff in the scene that we
Rayla's
had to
the
cut
best.
out
Man,
that
you can
was.
see Rayla.
Okay, look at that
Did we
Rayla
get to
right
did we get the awkward hug or did we just get the I can't remember now.
I think it was the awkward hug, yeah.
it did. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Because yeah, in the course of production, you see so many versions, and you're like, oh, we have to cut 10 seconds.
Should we skip
and
this part?
How do we trim this?
Oh, he's talking about in production, he has to cut stuff. So
What if
Pickle
he
might have
cut-
saw
yeah, like what I
in
saw-
December was something that was cut in production.
Yeah, like the whole thing of Erebus' backstory that I told Didi.
Yeah. I think you saw.
Yeah, he probably cut that.
He probably just cut. Maybe.
Of course
oh
he
my
cut
god!
that.
Just imagine they remade the whole plot, and there's no more plot of like the 8-headed dragon eating planet.
Oh no, please.
That
Aaron
would be
has
so
Rio
sad.
James. Please, Rio James.
Scene just a little tighter, and you end up doing those things. But yes, the time between
Just what do you
Rayla
stop it?
and Amaya, was just a joy finding the the drama and the humor in their conversation.
Yeah, it was incredible. I mean, it really was such a tender moment in the midst of what turned out to be a very sad episode for Rayla, Callum, and the gang, because Zubea got infected. You know, Corvus gets super injured, and I almost feel like in the middle of that entire fight, there was one of the most beautiful moments too of the season.
No, he might be thinking that we're talking about like Sorvis, like Sora and Corvus.
Yeah,
it's
a channel name, and they put out like scenes and like really cool theory videos.
Yeah, it's
including that Pharaoh's theory videos. Yeah,
but also like normal Sorvis is also good.
Yeah,
where they have their Han Solo Princess Leia moment, right? Where Callum looks over to Rayla and says, "Rayla, I just wanted to tell you." Like, she says, "I know."
Yeah, it doesn't.
Oh, hold on. So I'm guessing he wanted to tell Rayla that he loves her. Or he forgives her.
Some combination, but I mean, I think he's seeing in that moment. You know, you have those moments where they're hurt by someone, and they come back and they want to be welcomed back or treated warmly or something. You know, we all understand this, and instead of, and part of you wants to be warm and normal again, but you're a little cold because you're waiting for them to do whatever they need to do to process the wrongs that you perceive that they did to you. Like, we have those moments in our relationships all the time, and they're hard not to do. Part of it is
right here is where we need to be.
Now, going from beautiful Raylum talk and character growth and development to somebody who is so terrible and
He's dying.
Didi's also dying. Didi was like, he's bullied.
Can you believe it? He just said that.
Bullied and horrible.
He just said that R word.
The real Callum thing is beautiful and amazing. He said terrible Erebos. Oh god.
God, I really died.
I just became super
You just go and die. Fall on the floor and die.
God. Okay,
Real James, you just killed him. You killed him like 5,000 times.
Okay, let's continue.
So, wait, actually,
we're not at the important part.
We need to say something really important because, like, that's so mean. Because you know, on his birthday, on his birthday, he doesn't get anything.
All he does on his birthday is
dream about apples.
He just dream about an apple that he ate once in his whole lifetime.
He's like, I wish I could eat that apple.
Bad for Erebos. His planet got destroyed.
His planet got destroyed.
Look, real James, come on.
Imagine if Earth got destroyed and then you got like yeeted into a pearl for the rest of your life, and all you can do, everything you can do for your birthday is just remember the apple that you ate once.
Yeah, like, that's so sad. Like, we have to feel bad for Erebos.
I know. His planet got destroyed, man.
I guess he's he's in prison, but is he in that ball? I don't know, this orb. I guess he's in there, or maybe that's the key to his prison.
Oh no, he's not.
Literally, Callum has the key of Erebos. How is the
key of Erebos is the
pearl?
Cube.
He's in the.
So yeah, Erebos. He's probably going to be let out. I have to imagine, but
it's Callum. Callum's going to do it. It's either Callum or like his backup plan, Pharaohs. It's probably Callum, though.
Before that happens, do you think we
start the season with like a bowling episode with them using the pearl and him inside going?
He's a bowling
pearl. What happens? No, I'm actually curious. Like, what happens if you shake the pearl? Like, does it die? Does he die?
They were just like dead. It was like shakes.
So that's why he's in the clam, so that he make sure that he doesn't like shake around and like die. But like when they remove him, they're just like
Can you just imagine that?
He just like falls apart.
Whatever area he has to do right now is what
I love it. I want that so badly. And the pins should be.
And him instead bowling the pearl, and him inside is just like circling around. That should be real.
He bears his bacon pins,
so
and just. I think that would be a good idea.
The baking things.
I forget about that. The baker is like there.
The baker gets screen time. No, we can't do that because otherwise Erebos gonna hate the baker. The baker is Erebos new enemy.
Were you surprised that that the prison was a pearl? Was that? Yes.
Yeah, I was incredibly shocked.
What? It was so obvious.
This is the part. Okay, listen.
This is like so.
Listen carefully.
I genuinely didn't even think about it until I finished and I was in editing, and I'm going through the episode. I'm watching it back, and I'm like, oh, I think they're insinuating that.
That might be a storytelling failure.
It's not a storytelling failure.
if you're watching this, it's not a storytelling.
It was really obvious. He literally
It
said,
was really
he
obvious.
literally
It
said,
was in season 4.
I'll tell you all the clues, okay? Real James, there were so many clues. Okay,
Yeah, there's so many
number
clues.
Number 1, like, Dominia Profundus, she says, like, I can't tell you where it is, but I know what it is. And
it's the pearl.
It's a pearl. Like,
yeah.
what it is a pearl.
And it was even revealed in, like, the Zubea explaining the mystery of Erebos in season 4.
Yeah, that he trapped her in, like, a thing. And also, like, in season 5, when Akiyu explained it, they were like, we were designing a jail that would be, like, unknown to anyone.
Yeah, and of course also, it would be a pearl.
And also, like, it was pretty obvious, because then
and also,
Ezrin said, like, his prison is at the bottom of the ocean. He removed the pearl, and it's like the pineapple from SpongeBob. Like, it's so easy to understand.
It was the pineapple.
So easy. And, like, you know what? It's like, and actually, it's like, even makes more sense. Oh my god, I forgot what I was gonna say. Like how obvious it is that it's the end credits. Real James, you are really, I can't believe that you don't analyze the end credits.
Yeah, analyze the end credits.
Because the end credits literally shows, like, Erebos
standing
on a clam. It stands on a clam, and you really miss a lot of really funny
and that
moments.
Could be hinting towards season 6, because maybe he, like, when he gets free, he stands on the clam.
No, they removed him from the clam.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but, like, still, like you need to watch
like,
the end credits. Because the end credits, oh god.
He said he did realize during editing.
Yeah, but it's really obvious.
Yeah, but I don't think you should be shocked about that. Like, okay, let's continue. Let's continue.
He didn't realize it till later. We wanted it to be clear that he was in the pearl, so that might be a story. Sometimes the distance between something being too on the...
Like, if you zoom in, you can see baby Erebos right there.
Nose and being too subtle and unnoticeable is like, you just don't know which side you're on.
It was really obvious. It was not very obvious.
Like, instead of having a character saying, you mean he's in the pearl? And he's like,
it's pretty obvious.
Yes,
they literally said
he's
that.
in the pearl. Or whatever, a subtler version of that, but...
Yeah, no, that might be on...
That's why Ezra is holding it, because Ezra can talk to animals. So
yeah, he just talked to Erebos technically an animal. Erebos is an animal.
But he can talk to animals.
Erebos is an animal.
And, like, he can listen to animals that, like, even if they don't talk, like, he can understand them. So if he puts his ear to the pearl, he can listen to Erebos crying on his birthday.
Remembering apples.
Everyone's just like, I wish I had an apple. And then Ezra would be like, don't worry, Erebos. I'll like ship you and
every birthday I will shower you in apples to make you sit on the throne. Just like bait.
Yeah, just like bait.
Oh, that's continue. Let's be done with this.
Just be me.
It's possible.
Yeah,
I think you're pretty observant. That's what I've noticed. The in season 4 when
that's apparently
that's
apparently younger Q.
Actually, wait, that's actually so cool. Wait, where was this from?
That's younger Q. It's from the season 4 flashback. See, it says season 4.
Oh, but cool. That's literally.
Yeah,
they literally showed this.
I literally told you.
You're right. They did show that.
There's the image from the flashback, which is Akiyu hundreds of years ago, and if you look at it now, that's the pearl.
Yeah. Oh, right.
So we were like, are people going to pick up on that from this? And we were like, no. People are going to think that that's some sort of magic.
I picked up
They're not going to realize it's the actual prison that's in.
But I think it's sort of you know what was not really obvious though is the thing about pharaohs.
Yeah, that was obvious. They actually
because everyone forgot about season 3, but no one forgot about season 4
because of the 3-year gap.
Yeah, so like the pharaohs thing should have been less.
So sometimes there are like the secrets to the show are hidden in plain sight.
No, but I actually love that there are secrets hidden in the show, and I know we're going to talk about an Easter egg in a little bit that I and so many fans haven't gotten into. But
no, the biggest secret is in season 2 when he walks.
You real James, check out season 2 again because literally in like the Smoke and Mirrors episode,
he just walks out of his.
Erebos walks out of his prison.
I just wanted to ask another question about Erebos because for me, Erebos is an irredeemable character. There is no
how. He lost his planet. His planet got eaten by like an 8-headed like King Ghidorah, and then he like only dreams about. He remembers.